Pineapples. Welcome to the Juicy Tidbits podcast, where my mission is to energize you, your team, and your sweet results. I'm your host, Christine Trippy, the Chief Fun Officer here at the Wise Pineapple. Today, my guest star is the hilarious and talented Jeffrey Victor. With over 20 years of working in diverse, customer-centric industries, Jeffrey has been providing customer experiences since his first job at the movie theater. I love that. He studied and worked in New York City for 13 years as a professional stage actor, performing in Broadway musicals and plays. During his time offstage, he enjoyed a fruitful career working and opening luxury resorts and hotels throughout the United States and Canada. He found his calling in learning and development. And in 2019, Jeffrey established Luminary Learning Company, a customer service training and CX consulting company. He enjoys combining his customer service experience and knowledge along with his theater background. How fun is that? Jeffrey is one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram. He is so funny. You are going to love him. Let's welcome Jeffrey.
Hello,
Jeffrey.
Oh, please sit down, everybody. Please sit down. I appreciate the ovation. I really do. Thank you so much.
Well,
thanks, Christine. Hi.
Hey, thank you so much for being here to help me motivate, energize, and revitalize all of our hospitality leaders. They need it.
I am so honored, delighted, and humbled to be here with you. It's just so great to see you today.
Oh, well, thank you.
And welcome to my guest bedroom / home office. I don't have any fancy backgrounds today. I wanted to be totally real and upfront, authentic with you and everyone who's watching. This is the realities of our world right now.
Yes.
And I decided to keep my pajamas on since I'm in the bedroom, and here I am. These are my nice pajamas that I'm wearing.
As long as you're being real, I'm going to show you who I have over there.
Look at that.
We got Wolverine.
I love that. Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
I love it.
He's my favorite.
Great.
Well, I am a huge theater nut, and Hugh Jackman in Les Mis was a highlight of my life. So because I'm a theater nut, I want to know, what was your favorite role to play?
Oh boy. Oh gosh. Wow, that's a great question. I have had wonderful, fruitful experiences. And I think that when truly looking back at my theater career, there was a wonderful musical called Forever Plaid.
Oh.
It's with 4 young guys. And I did that part for many, many years. It was one of those things of once you learn the role, it's very hard music to sing. You sort of join the list that if there's a production somewhere, they'll call you and say, hey, Jeffrey, can you come and do the role? So there was a character named Sparky that I played countless times throughout my career. And I just adored the role, adored the singing part. I love the show. If anybody's ever seen it, it's such a terrific musical. Forever Plaid, the role is Sparky.
Yes. Well, you and my son actually have a lot in common. His very first job was the movie theater, and he spent from 8th grade to he graduated high school in theater. He did every theater production.
Oh, nice.
And he did. I'm pretty sure they did Forever Plaid. I'm remembering that.
Yeah, it's a tough show, but it's great. If you're a guy and you love singing 4-part harmony, it is like the perfect essential show to do.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, tell us something that you took from being a performer on stage and then applied it when you went into hotels and customer service in that realm.
Love that question. It's very transferable, at least from my lens. When I was in a movie theater, I was 16 years old, and I remember making the kids pack, with the soda, the Twizzlers, and the hot buttered popcorn. And I'd hand that to that kid, and the eyes that would light up, and that feeling that I would see occur in that child by just simply handing them that and giving them that experience. And I was like, wow, that is really powerful.
Yes.
Once I took my experiences to the stage, performing night after night, it's this idea of an experience that was really resonating with me, and still does to this day, of creating an experience night after night for a different audience. However, you're giving your full performance. These people have paid for an experience. And I found that really, really interesting.
I love that.
And
And you
you
think
know,
about it, how many times, when you check a guest in, and you say the same routine over and over
mhm,
and over again. And we always have to remind ourselves that this is their first time.
mhm,
This is the first, they've saved all year to come to Florida or that
you got
Disney
it.
experience, and you're delivering it to them for the first time. When I think about it, I've never been on stage. Well, I guess for presenting a keynote, yeah. But
Mhm.
I would think that those are two real big lessons that coincide
You
for
got it. And it's a muscle that I developed for years and years and years doing a show, and typically a Sunday matinee is the toughest of the week because it's the eighth show of the week. Your voice is usually kind of tired and you're just like ready to take a break for the week. And
yeah.
yet you've got a full audience of paying people looking for an experience. And I found that very transferable in the work that I do now, working in hotels. It's you got your front of house, you've got your back of house, your backstage, you get on your costume, you get
Yep.
all ready to go. I mean, there's so many transferable elements to
There
it. So
really
naturally,
is so
I
many.
just I just like segued right into it and authentically found a passion and just loved it, adore it.
That, that's so great. And I never thought about that. I usually go book a ticket for a Sunday matinee. So maybe I should go for a Monday.
Well, typically that's the day off. Mondays,
Oh,
everyone's
You're
usually
right.
off.
Monday's a
So
day off. Right, right,
the
right.
showbiz week starts up on Tuesday nights typically, and it goes all the way through Sunday. So yeah,
Yeah,
that Sunday show is usually the toughest to get through.
that's
It's the long
interesting.
week.
Yeah, and obviously it makes total sense. So tell us, what's your driving force and guiding principles of Luminary Learning Company? I just love that company name.
Yes, when I was taking the four branches of my career that I adore, uh, human resources, learning and development, customer experience, and of course, professional acting, I wanted to, create these what I call guideposts, which are signs for travelers moving forward in a direction, right? They're moving
Love that.
forward. And so I call them my guideposts. So I created 10 of them, but one really resonates with me, and it's my number one guidepost, which
Mhm.
is this: be awesome for people. Be
Love.
awesome for people. And it's the number one.
It's what it's
And
all about.
it is
Well,
being awesome for people. That's the number one guidepost.
and awesome is one of my favorite words. I say awesome probably much too
Be
much,
awesome for
but
people.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I've got 9 others, but that's the one that really is kind of where I start when I'm working with people, working with clients, and everything I do. That's sort of the foundation that we start with.
Right.
Is
If
that
you just show up every day with the purpose to be awesome for people, you can't go wrong.
you can't.
You can't go wrong.
Exactly.
Well, Jeffrey, each episode is a quick, juicy tidbit of inspiration to help our leaders to be
Mm.
confident, be empowered, and to lead from the heart. Which one are you going to focus on today?
We're gonna go. I like the empowered one. Be
Okay,
empowered.
awesome. All right, sweet. So I'm going to let you get right to it, Jeffrey. Let everybody, I know they can't wait to hear your juicy bit of information.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much again. So yes, leaders, if you're watching this, or for anybody that is taking time to watch this today, thank you so much for being here. We're delighted to welcome you. Number one guiding principle or guidepost is be awesome for people. And the origins of this for me is when I was working as a training and quality manager at a 5-star, 5-diamond hotel right here in town where I live. Now, we had every A-list celebrity you can name stay at this particular hotel. You name it, they stayed there. And for some reason, they liked the leadership. They loved when I sort of became like the celebrity liaison between the sales team. They would bring in Jeffrey to welcome these famous people to the hotel and show them around and give them a little intro. So I could write a book. I've met a lot of very famous people, A-listers too. So there's this one occasion where a very, very famous person was staying at our hotel. And I'm not going to say who it is, but you'll probably be able to guess down the road after the story is complete. She was doing this speaking tour where she would go to these stadiums and talk, literally like sit on stage and just talk to 50,000 people for a couple of hours. Well, in any case, they asked me to drive her and her husband to the venue, the night of the show. So it's about a half hour before the show starts. And so I'm in the nice fancy car. I think it was a Rolls Royce or something. And her husband come into the car. So it's half hour before the show. I'm all excited. My heart's pounding. I'm very excited to have her in the car with me. I turn the key and the car doesn't start. So of course I'm panicking, my heart is beating, and I turn around and say, would you mind waiting for just a moment? So I run out, I get the GM on the phone and I said, the car isn't working. We've got her in. There's a half hour before the show is starting. What are we going to do? So he runs down and he literally, like, I'll never forget it, like slow motion throws me his keys to his car. I catch them. I go and we transfer vehicles to his car. I sit down and I look and it's a stick shift. Okay, so I have not driven stick shift since I was 16. Thank goodness my dad taught me how to drive a stick shift, but I hadn't driven one in, my goodness, 20 plus years. So it's like, okay, I'm breathing. We're going to make this happen. So I start the car, and of course, right away, it stalls out. And so the famous person says, Jeffrey, everything okay? We good? We're running out of time here. And I said, we are good. We're going to get there. Anyway, I start the car. We get there. I'm panicking the whole way, sweating, trying to figure out this stick shift. And in any case, we get her to the venue. Later that night, my phone blows up. It's blowing up. It's going everywhere. It's all over. I've got my friend saying, oh my gosh, Jeffrey, what is this all about? Turns out she told the story of this occasion, this situation. And one of the things she said is that this guy, Jeffrey, was awesome for me. And, you know, I became like the awesome guy at the hotel, you know, like it just became this thing for me. And so I think about that story, and it became something that was just like ingrained in me. You know, I couldn't have been awesome for her, for this person, if you can't figure out who it is yet, if that GM wasn't awesome for me. Do you see what I'm saying? So because he was awesome for me by literally like not even having any, he just threw me his car keys. I could then go and get this person to the venue so she could then go and do her talk, her big show. And when I say be awesome for people, you know, I think about this personally and professionally, that as a leader, I'm always present with the fact that people are needing me. They're coming to work every day, waking up on the bus, on the train, however they get to work, hoping and praying that I will be awesome for them today. I have never lost sight of that. And I always encourage leaders to think about that, of like, you've got your team. They need you to be awesome for them today. Unconditionally, without anything holding you back. You need to be awesome for people. I think about that when, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning and my 5-year-old daughter, I hear her running down the hallway and all I want to do is sleep in. Clunk, 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 clunk. I hear her, and it's enough time to think about, Jeffrey, be awesome for her right now. She needs you to be awesome for her right now. She's ready to go downstairs, watch Paw Patrol, eat breakfast. It's 6 in the morning. Guess what? She doesn't care. She needs you to be awesome for her.
I love it.
I am always encouraging people to think about that when your customers, when your guests check in and it's their big anniversary night, and you've heard already 5 anniversaries that day, checking people in on a Friday night, and they get to your desk. Oh, it's our anniversary. We're so excited. Be awesome for them. They need you to be awesome for them right now. Give them everything you've got.
Yep. And so many people will go into that and say, you know, they're just saying it so they get something for free. Great. Let's be awesome for them. Let's give them that story. Remember that time we pretended it was our anniversary and they were so awesome for us?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Be awesome for people. It shows up everywhere. It can show up in your life personally and professionally. Be awesome for people.
I love it. Now, I love knowing that you worked for places where you had all these famous people. Now, I did not catch on to who the celebrity was. Are you going to give me a bigger hint?
I'm you know what, people, your friends are going to be like, Christine, it was so-and-so. It was a very famous person. it's a she, and she goes around talking, about things in her life to big stadiums full of people.
Okay,
And
okay.
that's all I'm going to say. I
Was
want
it the
to
O?
maybe.
Well, I'm going to share. I'm going to totally just give it out there. I have been fortunate enough to have some celebrities stay with me, but not probably on the list that you have. And my all-time favorite of celebrities that I got to meet and check in, I still have his registration card, is Jay Leno.
Ah,
Jay
yes.
Leno was the nicest, most normal
Hmm.
celebrity I ever met. He checked himself in.
Wonderful.
He signed the reg card. When he was done with this show, he came in the back. Back then, it was the early '90s, and he was advertising. He did commercials for Doritos, and he brought
Hmm.
all bags of Doritos. And then this is the funniest part. We all had one signed picture of him, and we photocopied it and wrote to Christine, the most awesome, wonderful
Wow.
favorite thing. I don't know what I wrote. Just wrote this stuff, and then it's got Jay Leno's signature. Well, he saw it, and he grabbed it, and he wrote on there, "This is all true, Jay Leno." It was so awesome.
Great.
And one of the things at one of the resorts I worked at, that we used to have a lot of celebrities, mostly Chicagoland sports celebrities from the Bears and some, whatnot. And all of our team would be just so like, oh, so excited and whatnot. And I always used to tell my team that when you want to treat celebrities like a normal everyday person, and you want to treat normal everyday people like celebrities.
Well, oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah,
And
I love
I find in my time working with the Hollywood folk is that the A-listers are the ones that are actually the most down to earth. The ones that are just like super chill, very relaxed, very humble, very grateful. The
love
ones that
that.
are like
So
the most famous you could ask for or name. Those are the ones that I've enjoyed working with the most.
that's so fantastic. Now, do you have a favorite that you can share?
Oh, wow. I could write a book. Sure, definitely could write a book.
Oh, we
I
need
think
to collaborate.
one of the coolest moments for me is when Prince
Oh,
arrived, and being a music lover, being a musician, it was like, oh my gosh, Prince, and I don't get starstruck often,
that
but
that that would
Prince,
floor
and
me.
it's like I'm like in his room and I'm helping him, and then at one point he hands me, he used to walk around with like this scepter,
Oh,
super
I,
cool,
I recall that phase.
like a super wizard or something. Like he just had this like scepter and he handed it to me, and I was like, oh, the scepter of Prince, I'm holding it, and here we go. And he's like, I was like, what would you like me to do with this?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, just put it up against the wall. I'm like, okay, there you go.
That is
Where
awesome. My
like
husband,
his costumes were unbelievable. I mean, I was helping him like take his costumes out of the costume bag, and I'm like, these costumes are going to be in the music hall someday. Like this is, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like these costumes are unbelievable. Like that
yes,
was a really cool moment.
I've been to Paisley Place, Paisley Palace, his
Oh,
home
yeah,
studio and museum.
yeah,
Now it's a museum, and it's
hmm,
phenomenal. I'm a huge Prince fan. My husband
yeah.
is an insane Prince fan, so
That's
that is a cool one. That's a cool one. Well,
that's
that's good. Well, Jeffrey, I consider myself the chief fun officer here and director of fun, and so I
love it.
have something. I've been on the edge of my seat all day waiting to have this conversation with you because I'm so excited. I've got something special baked up for you. So I want to just ask your permission. Do you want to play Truth and Dare with me?
Love to. I'm all in. Let's go.
I got this idea from Jesse Cole, who I
Let's go.
worship. Jesse Cole. Yes, I love it. Be awesome today. You're
Let's
going to
go.
be awesome for all of us. So Truth and Dare means that you're going to do both.
Okay.
Now, what would you like first, Truth or Dare?
Let's start with the truth.
Okay, truth. My question for you is, this is my question for you. To tell us the truth, if you were to walk in to be a general manager in any hotel brand right now, what brand would you want to be general manager at?
Ooh, ha, ha,
Yeah.
ha. Wow. I have always loved the Four Seasons brand.
Oh.
Always loved it. And I've tried to knock on the door a few times actually of Four Seasons throughout my career, and I've ended up in different wonderful brands in my career, but it's something that I still think about often. I'm saying this maybe because I have very dear friends that work in the brand now, and
Okay.
I've heard about their experiences. I've heard them sharing their experiences, and coming from a learning and development background partially, from what I understand, there's just such a dedication to equipping their people with the skills and knowledge needed to provide the wonderful Four Seasons experience that people, that the brand is known for. So
Love that.
that's where I'm at. That's my answer.
Four Seasons. Okay, are you ready for the dare?
Yeah. Let's go.
Everybody out there, I'm just so giddy excited with this. Okay, we are going to play. I'm going to make up a name for it. Finish that song.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I understand that you have played in the musical Les Mis.
I have. Yeah.
It is one of my all-time favorite musicals. I've probably seen it, I don't know, at least a handful of times live.
Okay.
And on Broadway. Woohoo! All right, so I am going to play a little bit of Red and Black.
Okay.
And I'm going to pause when we get to that chorus, and can you finish the chorus?
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
This is good. Wow.
Everybody, wherever you are. Yes, wherever you are.
I will make up the words if I can't remember them. That's the.
Or if I join you, it'll be really sad. Everybody will be like, turn that off. All right, audience, anybody out there listening, I want you to give Jeffrey a big whoop whoop because he's going to do this for us. I love it. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Is it simply a game for rich young boys to play? The color of the world is changing day by day.
Red, the blood of angry men. Black, the dark of ages past. Red, a world about to dawn. Black, the night that ends at last.
Hot damn, Molly, man, that was awesome. I am going to do that with all of my guests.
No, you must now. This has to be like the thing.
Oh my God, you sing so good. Everybody out there that's listening, I've been trying to get Jeffrey to sing on one of our Zoom chats since I got to know him, and I knew I'd figure out a way to do it.
You did it. That was brilliant. That was, for all of you watching, that was not planned. That was like spur of the moment. I didn't know what was coming my way. So it was fun. It was awesome.
Yeah, you are awesome. Thank you for being awesome for us. Now, Jeffrey, tell everyone where they can connect with you and anything you're promoting right now.
Wonderful. Well, something that the pandemic has taught me or reminded me is that the human experience is best when shared. And I use social media to be social, to connect with people. I combined the social and I combined the media. And that's my approach to it. So when people connect with me, they're always surprised, like, oh, you wrote back. Well, I think that's the point, I think, at least for me. Right. So I would be delighted to connect with you up on LinkedIn. You can find me there, Jeffrey Victor. You can connect with me at Luminary Learning Co. Or Luminary Learning Company on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. And I also have a website, www.luminarylearningco.com.
Yes.
And there,
go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
There you can connect with me. And right now I've got, I believe it's top 10 tips on what to say when a customer is upset or their expectations haven't been met.
I love that. I'm going to put the link to your free source. I like to call it a free source in our show notes. So anybody listening, go to the show notes and click that link so you can get that free tips. I love that. And I can't encourage you enough to follow Jeffrey on Instagram because he's so funny. You're going to love it.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? What's everyone looking at? I don't understand. What's so funny?
It's that theater.
It's like,
I just love it.
This is challenging when you have this on.
It is. Well, I have my pineapple glass. All right, Jeffrey, you know, in a hotel, if you're going to have a great huddle, you got to end with great energy.
Absolutely.
So what phrase or word do you want to end and send everybody off with today?
I couldn't think of something more appropriate than be awesome for people.
I love it.
Okay.
Wherever you are out there listening, whether in the bathroom, your lobby, your office, your car, I want you to put your hand in with us. And why don't you count us down and give us our phrase?
Okay, is everybody ready? Got your hands in?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Be awesome for people!
That was awesome. Thank you for showing up and being awesome for us and helping us to re-energize all of our hardworking leaders out there. We love you, and go and follow Jeffrey because he is thebomb.com. Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
Thank you so much, Christine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.